our off-ramp here in Victorville, and from what we've heard, there is a lot of accidents and deaths on this off-ramp, and we don't know if this could possibly have anything to do with the hauntings because the hotel or the apartment complex is close by, but it's something to consider. The only thing that we really know about the apartment complex that we're going to be in is that they were built in 1985 and that they've never been remodeled.
So we have arrived at our destination.
Yup, and
we're going to go in.
got the desert on one side and an apartment complex on the other.
And we're going to go in and we're going to do a little bit of interviewing with the tenants. Couldn't think of what I was trying to say. Do a little bit of interviewing with the tenants and get started. See what we can find.
Yep.
Okay, so it looks like Walter White has paid them a visit. There is the blue crystal meth.
And we have a cat. She's very furry. Love her.
What do you mean? Boomer's twin?
Yeah.
Boomer's twin. Female version. Hey guys, here we are at our first ghost investigation at Jake and Jordan Shire's house. And we gonna go around the room and introduce everybody, and they're gonna give you a little bit of background about what's been going on. Then we're gonna take you around the house and show you the spots where some of the incidents have happened. And then we're gonna set up some equipment and do some investigation. So let's get started. We'll start with Mr. Taylor over here.
Hey, what's up? My name's Taylor. I live here with Jake and Jordan. Jake's my best friend. Jordan's Jake's wife. There's been a lot of crazy going on, especially since I moved in. I've been living here for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months now. And, you know, lots of shadows and stuff, hearing whispering and things at night. Physical contact has been made. I don't know whether or not it's, you know, our mind playing tricks on us or what's going on, but I guess that's what we're here to find out.
I'm Jake. This is my wife Jordan. We have had a lot of weird things going on around here, and I've had a lot of weird stuff happen to me in my past. But I've always believed in something for a little while, and then later on came to the conclusion I don't know. I've always been real skeptical about it, which, you know, depending on what's happened recently or whatever, I may believe it at the time or not. But I don't know. I guess I go back and forth. But I'm doing it more for the comfort of, you know, for her sake and everything. I haven't felt like this thing is a bad presence, if there is a presence. And I'm doing it more for her comfort and everything, and to find out what's going on around here.
Hi, I'm Cindy Ramos. This is my wife, Becky Ramos. I'm Jake's mom. We've had quite a bit happen in Jake's lifetime. Some of it I didn't really go into detail with Jake when he was younger because it would freak him out. I haven't studied any of this. I really don't know the terminology for it at all. I just know what I've been through with Jake. Anytime we've lived places, we've had a lot of children that seem to be in our home. We hear laughter. We hear balls bouncing. It's more than one. We've had our blinds open completely with no wind, no air conditioning on it. Considering what we've been through, his art markers, when I would get upset with Jake over doing something or not doing something, he was usually doing art and not doing his homework. His markers would pick up off the chair and sit down on the floor, literally from a stool height down to the floor. Pick it up, literally, up and down. So different things like that. And we have lights that come on and go off, different things. We were at an art competition for Jake where was actually his first time putting something in for the competition. And somebody that I was dating at the time, her niece, was basically somebody who would, I guess a medium or something that would talk to spirits. She walked up to my son and she said, "They're just kids, they just want you to play with them. They just want you to acknowledge them and they'll calm down." And since then he started talking to them saying, "Okay, I'm acknowledging you, what's going on?" And it would seem to fade away for a while. But lots of laughter, giggles, voices, whispers, small things moving, lights, nothing dramatic as far as ever any harm to anyone. But it's been his whole life that this has been happening.
So how old do you think he was when you first started noticing this?
Very young baby. He would be in his crib and he would chatter quite a bit. And Jake was a very active child, so several times I would get up in the middle of the night when he was playing in the living room or he was outside on the swing set doing things he shouldn't be doing. I had to literally lock our house down so he couldn't get outside, but he was always playing with somebody.
And was this in several different homes? Or?
We moved almost every year for a while there. I was a very young mom with his dad, back and forth, just different houses and stuff. And everywhere we've ever lived, we've had experiences like this.
Did it seem like just one child, or did it seem like more than one?
More than one, for sure.
Okay. Do you remember any of this?
One of them was actually not that long ago. The blinds opening. We were in my bedroom, and my bedroom had a maybe 8-foot long window, and the window was closed, and we were standing there in the middle of the day. Me, her, and a couple of her friends were over for like a barbecue or something. We were standing in my room, and the blinds slid completely open. The same kind of shutters that are the
vertical blinds.
The long vertical blinds. They slid all the way open, and they got freaked out, and me and my mom were just standing there like, it kind of happens all the time, kind of thing. So
yeah.
I do remember things like that, and I remember lights going on and off, and just recent things mostly that I remember, but not much from my childhood.
So with the happenings that are going on here right now, with taking Jordan out of the picture for the moment, are you uncomfortable, afraid, worried?
I've been afraid in the past when I was younger and stuff, and especially before she came up to me and said they were kids, they just wanted to be acknowledged. That kind of settled me for a little bit, but no, I don't feel threatened or afraid or anything like that. I mean, we were in the room the other day, and we were sitting on the bed, and we heard coughing coming from right next to her on the floor, down below, and it sounded like a young cough, and it couldn't have been from like downstairs or the neighbor. It was clear. I could hear the rasp in the throat. It was like right there next to us.
I feel uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah, she
when
does.
I'm in the shower.
So for you, has it been just since you moved in this house, or since you've known?
Just since we moved in here.
Okay.
She feels uncomfortable when she's in the shower, or even if she's just like in the room by herself. I feel like I need to be in there because I'm just worried about her being scared of something that I'm not scared of. So.
Well, definitely, that's what made us want to come so quickly, because being pregnant and being afraid or uncomfortable in your own home is something that we definitely want to try and take care of and make you feel more relaxed as soon as possible. Now, I know you had stepped out of the shower, or were in the shower, and saw a figure in the steam.
Right.
Now, was that a figure that you saw? Was it a small figure?
It was a child. It was like a small boy or something. It was just where the shower was really steamy, because I take ridiculously too hot showers, and so it was really steamy in there, and I could see clearly in front of the door a small figure where there was no steam, as if there was like a body taking up the space.
Did that frighten you?
It startled me for sure. I jumped out of the shower and ran in here and was like, "You guys are never gonna believe what I just saw," wrapped in a towel. So it startled me, but it after about 10 minutes, I was okay to be in the bathroom with the door closed, the lights off. I'd be fine. So it didn't scare me, like I felt like I was in any sort of danger or anything, even remotely close to that. Mm-hmm. But she says she always feels like she's in there, and she feels uncomfortable, like she's constantly looking out of the shower curtain to see if there's somebody in the bathroom.
I don't look out anymore since she
Yeah.
saw that. I don't look out anymore. I shower with the door open. No,
Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
Now, if it was a child spirit that is in the apartment here, if you were able to communicate with the child spirit and share the space with a child spirit, would you feel comfortable with that, knowing that, or would you?
As long as I knew that it wasn't like trying to hurt us or the baby or anything. It's no way.
And my biggest thing is I'm not so much as afraid of it as I am more curious about it. So it's like the one thing that helps settle my stomach in the whole situation is that I want to know like a name. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but a name just comforts me when I know if there is a small child here, I have no problem. You know, if we could get a name, that'd be pretty awesome. So
One of the things that kind of originally came to my attention was that maybe someone had passed away here, or even on the exit ramp, because there has been fatalities over there, and that might have been something here. But listening to the stories from your mother, I'm more apt to believe that it is a child spirit that is
Attached
to you. Yeah, attached to you, or maybe not just one child spirit that is attached to you, that they are drawn to you. Okay.
Right.
Now, Taylor, I have known for a little bit of time now, and I know for a fact that Taylor is a magnet. Okay. So, as far as what you're seeing, as I'm apt to believe it is child spirits that are drawn to you. You have a playful nature, and I think that's why they come towards you. Jordan, I honestly think that that's probably what is more affecting you. However, Taylor, I'm a little more apt to think there's something more going on with you, and you and I have discussed some things in the past.
Yeah.
And I've spoken to you on different levels on things that you needed, or I suggested things that you should do.
Yeah.
And there were two spirits that had been coming to you.
Regularly.
Yes, and do they still?
Not as much, but I do occasionally get visits from them.
And do you still try to communicate with them like I suggested?
I do, but I will admit not as much as you did recommend me to. I mean, when it gets real bad, I'll talk to them, but.
And when you talk to them, what seems to happen?
Well, when I don't, I have my nightmares. The nightmares that we talked about. But when I do talk to them, the nightmares will stop for a week or two at a time. They've been not as bad since I moved into here, but recently they've started, increasing in how graphic they are and, the realness of everything.
And it's still just the same too.
Yeah. But there are dreams that I will have that I have no idea who any of them are. And that's new to me. That's never happened.
And that just started since you moved in here.
After I moved into here.